We're here with Austin's great Antonelli's Cheese Shop. Kendall Antonelli, how are you doing this morning?
I'm awesome. I'm hanging in there. And you know what? It's a new year, new opportunity to be awesome.
Definitely. So one of the most used and important words of 2020 and now going into 2021 was pivot. As a global pandemic hit hard, businesses, restaurants, music concerts, movie theaters, you name it, had to completely change how they did business. And that usually involved pivoting to an online model or a virtual model. A lot of times that didn't pay off, but for Antonelli's, it really did. How?
Yeah, we changed a lot. We immediately shut down our shop to any indoor traffic. And that's because there were so many unknowns at that time. And anybody who's been to our shop in Hyde Park, it's a tiny shop. So it's really quite difficult to socially distance inside, even if you want to. So we immediately launched curbside. We put all of our items, which is thousands of SKUs, all on a la carte for ordering basically overnight. You could see all of our team running around the parking lot doing curbside delivery. We had already sold tons of events for cheese classes. We used to do those in person, and we couldn't give back that revenue at that time. I mean, if people needed it, we could. But so one of the pivots was, we don't have an option, let's just go virtual. And so we we ended up being one of the first, if not the first, to offer virtual cheese tastings in the pandemic, because we had already sold them and we just switched them all to virtual. And then now that seems to be one that has worked out. We taught over 14,000 people in 2020 in virtual tasting, which is amazing. And that's public classes. And so anybody can just buy a ticket. It was private events. So corporations and businesses needing team building, needing to say, hang in there, we see you, let's still celebrate together. And then even private personal parties like milestone birthdays and anniversaries. We got to ship nationwide. We even did 5 global cheese tastings, shipping cheese all over and bringing people together virtually to still celebrate those moments.
Oh, and so y'all are having these tastings like all the time. How often are you doing them?
Oh my gosh. I remember one day in December, our team said, we have 20 something tasting stages.
Oh my gosh.
Who's teaching?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? We're doing about 4 to 5 to 6 public tasting classes a week. And that's really for local Austinites and Central Texans, because you come pick up your cheese plate curbside. So question we always get is, does a virtual class just mean I watch you eat cheese? And no, that would be boring. So it's hard to watch cooking shows and all that online, because I'm not sitting there cooking. I'm like, this is so cruel. I just want to eat it. So for us, you buy your ticket, you come curbside, we put your cheese plates in your trunk, and then you join us live later that evening via the link we provide. So we have cheese and cured meat pairings, cheese and honey pairings, cheese and chocolate pairings.
And you do have a class tonight, Saturday night. Talk about that.
Yeah, so tonight, Saturday night, we have our Antonelli's date night. So this one really sprang out of when we were in person. We had a friend who came and said, I love your cheese classes, but y'all talk the whole time. We're like, well, it's cheese class. And so we launched our date night, which was really about, it doesn't matter if it's a girlfriend date or who it is, your parent, but it's a shared board for 2. And it's a little bit of everything. So we do a cheese tasting, we have a cured meat tasting, there's a sweets dessert tasting that goes with it. And so now if people buy it, it's 1 ticket is good for 2 people. And so, yeah, that's our shared date night experience. And then our cheesemongers, who are awesome, get online and they tell you all about the products that you're enjoying in front of you.
Kendall Antonelli with Antonelli's Cheese Shop. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Casey.